All right, you lot, welcome to the new episode of the Phil Wade Podcast, brought to you by Phil Wade Studios. That's a new thing I'm going to add in there now.
Very nice, very natural.
Right here you got Sam, a.k.a. Kid Blue, and Mr. Liam Maloney, my big bro.
Spot on.
So we've missed a couple of weeks, haven't we?
We have. It's been a tough 2 weeks without you to chat away the news story. And a lot has happened.
Exactly. Well, this is it. The pop culture stuff we're catching up on, we're actually a bit behind on, but we still wait to...
And by the time you see this...
It's even worse.
It's even far behind.
Yeah, it's going to be March.
But the most recent news, we're getting drafted.
Oh, my
Can't
word.
wait to go to war. But to be fair...
What about the podcast?
Listen, firstly, one, work says nah, you can't. Two, I'll probably get away with actually not going.
You would, yeah.
I've got medical history, they won't let me go. They'll go, we don't want you. But for anyone who doesn't know then, to clarification of it, 18 to 41-year-olds potentially getting drafted into a war for rich people for land and oil, which we don't want to fight about, but what can we do?
I'm going to be one of those just classic conscientious objectors. Just, what do they used to do? They used to put like a little white thing in the letterbox, something they use, all the people who just used to bully him for it. But
oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's me. I ain't fighting no war.
Nah, no way. Well, I mean, I can't anyway because I'm not fun medical. You know, like when I'm a celeb, when they be like, Linda can't do today's task because she's off.
Yeah, Linda can't eat camelbolic. She's got a poorly lung.
I've got
fuck's that to do with it? Exactly.
I've got poorly lung.
So I mean, you're Linda.
I'm not. I'm working in the factories on my own. Me and all the
making the bombs
and 17 under and the 42-year-olds up.
Oh,
and just me.
I mean, it is a little bit scary how NATO and everyone suddenly turn around going, yeah, none of us are ready for this shit.
The thing is, though, listen, I saw, and it was an interview with, it was a Russian diplomat, or someone that's a representative, and someone asked him, what's the likelihood of us actually going to war?
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, it's not that likely of happening. So everyone just talk about, it's classic Western scare politics of, here's what's going on. One, it's 100% a distraction, but two, it's trying to get people scared because then they can form easier when they're under pressure that they think something's happening. And we go, right, we can't think our own way. We've now got to go under what the Tories say and what Rishi says. But then, I can't remember who it was. It's probably, what's not, the old Carol Vorderman. I'm trying to think of the old Countdown woman, because she's a fighter against the Tories. And she was asking, saying, you really think that these politicians' sons and daughters
are going to be signing up?
They're not fighting.
Of course they're not.
It's the classic, the poor people are fighting for the rich. And it's just a nice little cleanse of people.
Of course it is.
And we're fighting for what's the beef between us and them? It's just classic scare tactics.
It's because Amazon packages are delayed because of the Yemen. What a bollocks.
It's just so dumb though. And I saw on this...
I wasn't ready for this because I didn't think you were going to let me just politically rant about this.
You certainly can.
No, I'm going to not because it'll be an hour.
Yeah, it would be an hour. You'll go on forever. I saw an interview from this ages ago, and it was one about what's his face, the Russian guy, the head of the
Vladimir Putin.
I could not remember his name. He's been there forever, and he's talking about how Western propaganda. And he said, think about all your movies that you've had in America from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Who were always the villains? And he said, American people are so, what's the word, brainwashed into seeing Russians and us as villains.
Conditioned into thinking it, aren't you?
That this is just their thing. So it's so easy to back their wars because every time it was always got to be a vague European Russian accent. So anytime there's a war going on, they're already sort of pre what's the word?
Well, they're already...
Hold on, I'll find it.
Preformed opinions?
Preformed opinions, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
That Russians are the bad guys.
Yeah.
And because they're all on their side, America's the best.
This is it. It's classic in it, but I feel like none of us know why we would be going to war right now. I think, and I don't even think the men with the power even need a reason. I think it's an excuse for them. They want us all scrapping again, but and it's all, like you say, it's all of them money and land and stuff.
It's always money, land or oil. It's the same thing.
But it's funny, innit? Like everything that's going on in Gaza at the moment. But I mean, again, like I said, we're behind on the news, but the day that they dropped that bomb on Yemen, oh my word.
I know.
Besides, I've been pretty vocal anyways, you know, over the last few weeks, but I was raging.
You had your keyboard.
I was raging. I was a keyboard warrior for the day. It was just like, you know, we've been sat because everyone's saying that the Gaza conflict started October 7th. Obviously it didn't. It started like 100 years ago. And, you know, and it's just the latest thing that's happened. And the second that, you know, the little guy kicks back, then it's like, oh, fuck him. Anyway, let's get distracted. But like everything that's happened since October, right?
Yeah.
And we don't want to get involved. We don't want to get involved. Oh, someone's blocked some ships in Yemen, which is, by the way, in a humanitarian crisis.
Get in there.
Literally, yeah. That's going to affect our status quo. Our what's the word?
GDP.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll affect our money.
Oh, we're going to drop bombs. Rishi didn't even consult Parliament, which is a war crime.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously us in America teamed up immediately. No qualms, straight away bombs dropped. Mm. No conditions. Oh, anyway. I'm trying so hard to rein it in, Liam, because
I'm going to give you a moment just to
because
breathe in, breathe out.
This isn't the Feel Weird Politics podcast as much as I want it to be.
The world does not say the Feel Weird Politics podcast.
No, it doesn't. But because I've had all these discussions in the last few weeks, and I know
they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care.
Once this becomes a massive platform, then I'll be ramming it down your throat.
Yeah, but then you're just going to get deplatformed. That's how it works.
I don't even care. Yeah. Anyway, well, thanks for dropping that on me because I'm like...
It was the newest story.
It is the newest story, actually, yeah. Well, the newest story, yeah, we're all getting drafted.
And I hope you have a good time fighting in... I did fighting Khabib in the mountains in Russia. Because I'm going to be sat back...
You're going to be on playing Warzone.
Yeah,
thinking of me.
I might pick up Football Manager. I heard it's good. I'm going to pick it up on no football knowledge.
Yeah, and you'll have a job managing a League 2 French team in about 3 weeks because that's what's happening these days.
I might get one in real life because there's no men to fight. They might hire me.
That's true, yeah. No, it'll be women's teams actually, it won't be like that. It won't be like the World War II, will it, where the women were left at home. They'll be fighting alongside us now.
Yeah,
so ignore that. Well, that's a good point, actually. If it's conscripted, because it was just men, wasn't it? Back in the day.
And then women went in the matchstick factories and that.
Yeah.
So, but this time, equal rights, equal fights.
Equal rights, equal lefts, mate. If you're fighting,
this is more of a time than ever. You fought for equality. Now you got to deliver.
I mean, and I can say I'm not going to down that sword because I would rather fight for us to not go to war than fight for the women's rights to fight with me.
Someone said that I would rather fight. I would rather die fighting against my government than die fighting for it.
1,000,000%.
And I thought that is
I have never felt anything more relatable in my life.
Yeah, get that on a t-shirt.
I will do that, Vietnamese dude. I will burn myself in the middle of St. Peter's Square and just die for a political statement before I fight on the front line for this government. Never mind the country. I don't like the country. I don't like the UK.
I said to someone, I'm very patriotic. When I came back from London this week and I said to my taxi driver and he said, where have you come from? And I said, London. And the whole 12-minute journey was just us cussing out London.
Yeah, innit?
And he was just like...
Everyone's rude.
This is literally what we were talking about the whole time. And we literally both said the same thing. Like, I'm not patriotic to my country whatsoever, but to the 2 million people that live in... You're dual
citizenship anyway.
Thingy,
you're allowed.
I can do this. But also, my hospital, St. Mary's, you know what my postcode is for that hospital?
Go on.
Like M1. I could not have been born more central town.
True.
My primary school, high school.
That's why it's dual citizenship.
That's why it's dual. But anyway, the point is,
I'm calling you some immigrant.
Patriotic to my city, but not my country 100%. Whatsoever.
I'll die if Manchester wants. If Andy Burnham wants me to fight,
yeah, I'll fight.
I'll do it.
If he says fight for Lancashire, I'm there.
Lancashire.
I don't know how to pronounce the cash.
I was thinking of Lancaster and Lancashire.
Yeah, I'm really emphasised the cash of Lancashire.
Yeah. Well, the start of this has took a turn.
Yeah, no, it wasn't meant to go political.
Anyway. So, I mean, let's backtrack a little bit. So, because we like to go over the pop culture and what we've missed, but we've got, like I said, what is it, the 25th today?
Something like that. Yeah, it is.
We've got like a good month. Well, I think we did one the first week of January, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But either way, I mean, bloody hell, like there's been aliens in Miami. That gypsy gal's come out and she's free. Some shit's gone down in the last few weeks.
We'll get to Gypsy Rose after a sec. To go on the Miami thing really quickly, I'll have to send you the video of it because the channel I watch, Corridor Crew on YouTube, they've got a great channel. They go through like VFX of like loads of famous movies, TV shows or whatever, and have people that were on that worked and show how they were done and whatever. And they've got a series where they debunk UFO videos aliens or whatever and say, this is how this would have been done if it was made and do this. And they perfectly thingied it. Disproved it. Well, they didn't because they said, and the whole story for it.
Well, I'm guessing they debunked that video where people thought they saw a walking thing. Because I did see them debunking that. Isn't it like 3 people?
It's 3 people on a side, and they said that they enhanced it and then used because they've got in After Effects loads of plugins to make like Bobbins footage better.
Yeah.
And they did that and said it was this, and then they just followed the paper trail of all what people said, and they were like, that guy was said after he was lying and trolling about this, and then the police apparently thought it was a terrorist attack.
No, that's what the police thought it was like young gangs, didn't they?
This is what I mean. They thought it was
teenagers saying fireworks off. It was telling me the whole of Miami police are going to turn up for that though.
People were hearing gunshots. You know what day it was? 1st of January. Of course, there was fireworks. So
fireworks.
It was kind of like the amalgamation word of the day there of loads of different coincidental factors that just heaped into this massive thing that seemed Because when you saw that shot of the helicopter when there's like 90 police cars on the freeway,
that's the bit that convinced me.
Then you're going to go, okay, something's going on here. And the police didn't know what's happening because they think there's gunshots and it's fireworks. People are running because they think something's going on. 3 guys are getting confused for a tall alien. But
I thought you'd be completely on the other side of this.
No.
Because I've got to say, like, I saw a lot of the debunking of the actual open quotes footage of the alien.
Yeah.
But it was more, and I know I don't always trust, well, 99% of the time I don't trust people's like on-site witness of stuff. But like, it was more the fact that lots of people's stories were linking up. I saw the whole like Doctor Strange portal thing. I thought that's a load of bollocks. Of course it is. But then there was people talking about like the reverse of the coordinates, just like Antarctica and all that.
See, that kind of stuff is.
I think that's just more interesting in clickbait
stuff. It's an interesting. What's it called?
Coincidence.
Yeah. Does mean there was a load of coincidence that had to happen for this to get pulled off. But by sheer accident.
But the only thing I will say is, though, I did see a lot. I mean, I saw one guy that was like trying to talk to his dad. He was a copper in Miami, and he was trying to ask him about it.
I saw this.
He's got it on video, and he's like, "I'm not telling you. I can't tell you. I can't talk about it." And everyone was saying that like people that filmed it all happening, they've gone on their phone after, and it's been like wiped.
And
I've got to say, like, and not to go full conspiracy note, but I do think if there was anything like that, people don't believe, but humans definitely have the technology for them to wipe shit off our phones if we weren't supposed to see it.
100%.
And I just think, I'm not like committed to the fact that it was some big lanky alien walking about, but something fishy went down because the whole Miami Police Department turns up and they're telling me that's for a couple of teenagers with fireworks on New Year's Day.
Bollocks to that.
Bollocks to that. Not happening. And then, it's more the fact that like, everyone's phones, no one's got any footage of it. Yeah, the only footage we've seen, the second it happened,
thousands of people and everyone has a phone in their pocket with a HD camera.
And the only footage that we've seen is that helicopter footage. Yeah, which was I swear to God, when it all came out, I tried to watch a few things and I thought, I'm going to give it a day and I'm going to search it again and there'll be loads of people. It was just people's recording of their witness statement because no one had any footage of it. And it does line up to the fact that people were saying, my phone got wiped.
I've heard this story for loads of things and I saw a meme that said, if I saw Bigfoot, I would simply take a high quality image of him. And I get it, because so would I. Like, I just want to be there, because I'll be there ready to go with the flash, getting the angles right. But I've heard this many times that they can just... Yeah. There's something... It would seem so easy as well. It doesn't seem too far-fetched to me. When you think we've got records, when someone has a blob of blue tack, puts it on a press, and it makes... And that music's on that now, which seems alien enough to me. It doesn't seem too alien that me taking a video on my electronic device would get scrambled or deleted.
Yeah.
Of something.
Well, they reckon even put an EMP over them all.
Yeah, perhaps. Advanced UAV.
Exactly, but yeah. But this is what I'm talking.
Blockster UAV.
Yeah, an EMP.
Oh, there you go. Someone did an EMP over the map.
But this is what I'm talking about. UAV went down. And again, I'm not saying like, because it was the fucking aliens, but thank you. But it's because that's a Miami accent. If I've
ever heard Miami, it's that.
Don't know why I went for that one. Yeah. Anyway, but my point being, like, something has happened, and I just think with the way the world's going at the moment and the stuff that like. They're slowly admitting a lot about UFOs and aliens just to distract us from other things. But like, I actually think it would make more sense for it to be some kind of alien thing. Because like, even if it was a terrorist incident, when did they ever like EMP it and wipe people's phones and stuff like that? Yeah. And I know Miami's like, classic loads of police dramas in Miami and stuff. But like, you're telling me the whole police department's going to turn up for like a classic little youths scrapping? Not a chance.
No, I don't think so either.
Not a chance. But then again, if we were reacting to this on like the week it happened, I'd be like dying on the sword that it was that lanky alien because the amount of things. I mean, I get again just for a disclaimer, we're going to do a proper conspiracy.
Yeah, we'll do a whole episode
because we're nuts for it.
It'll be 9 hours long.
Exactly. So I am trying to rein it in a little bit now. Yeah. But a lot of stuff I've seen, like the only alien stuff that I believe, when it comes to things that I've watched and like people's recollections and stuff, are the stuff that like. There's crossovers in the stories. And it's like, I've seen loads of stuff where there's so many alien species they're talking about, but the ones that always crop up are them lanky ones. Yeah. And they call them the tall whites, don't they? Whites. So like the second I heard, when it broke, the news broke, and they said it was tall ones, I was like,
a little bit.
If we're going to spot any of them, it's going to be the lanky ones. And I've got to say, like, when you were talking about taking pictures and stuff as well, it did make me think, because I was like, I mean, I'm bad enough at taking pictures anyway. Like my mate could be, I'm at a party and I don't take any pictures, is the point. But like, if something like that happened, I think if people actually saw 3 real life aliens just razzing around the Trafford Centre, I think I'd fucking run. I don't think I'd be taking any photos. No, to be honest.
I'd risk it. I think I'd be cocky enough to risk it. But
to be fair, humans are, aren't they?
I'm going to take I'm going to get the picture of it because if we're going to a party,
yeah, but you'd be giving them instructions.
Yeah, I would actually. Like, go a little bit to the right where that light is.
Yeah, your good side.
Yeah. Go on one knee and just give me a think like the thinker kind of thing.
You'd have the perfect image and then be dead, and then they'd scramble your phone anyway, apparently.
It would. So. And I have to go on TikTok and everyone call me a liar, and it would really annoy me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm not lying.
Yeah. But again, it is frustrating, isn't it? Because there were some people's like statements of what they saw, and I was like, that's quite believable. And then some of them come out and they're like, you just discredit everything, don't you? Because they're just idiots.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, it's funny though, it always happens in America. It saddens me that.
It is always America.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember Monsters vs. Aliens, that kid's film?
I do. Yeah, I do
remember when, I think it's that film anyway, where it's like when the aliens land and the news reporter on the show's like, shot galore, they've landed in America, the only place that aliens ever land.
It is true.
It's true though, isn't it? Like I said, you're not going to get these tall white aliens knocking about the Arndale or something. Like,
no.
Walking around JD.
There are some aliens walking about the Arndale.
Exactly. And no one's shocked.
No, they're just...
Because they're all from, they're all from Russia.
They're all from Harper Hay.
Yeah, Harper Hay.
Shout out Harper Hay. Anyone who's watching from there. It's rough in there. I've lived all around there, so I can see it.
Yeah,
and Wythenshawe, also again, rough as biscuits.
Yeah, but we've got ties there, so we can.
Yeah, we've got home ties in.
Yeah, big up Marcus Rashford as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll move on from. Do you know what? What we're supposed to start with, and I'm gonna rewind it.
Go on,
Liam. What's your song of the week, my friend?
Song of the week is "Burger at My Nan's Door."
What the fuck is that?
Have you heard it? No. We're on different sides of TikTok.
Fucking someone did Burger at My Nan's Door.
Someone did a remix.
Is Devo back, mate?
Someone did a remix of. It'll be playing right now. Someone did a remix of Murder on the Dance Floor, but did Burger at My Nan's Door. The whole song, but the exact melody, and it's just some northern bloke talking about.
That's fantastic.
He ordered a burger, but he didn't change the address, and now there's a burger going to his nan's door, and she can't eat red meat. And I can't believe you've not heard it, because that would have made it so much better.
Why can't his nan eat red meat?
Right, well, it'd be Kanye West, Heaven and Hell then. But you've ruined it. You've ruined it now.
Please insert that guy from Saltburn dancing to that.
100%. That's such a shame.
I'm sure that's all over TikTok. No, if that's what you're telling me, if it's off TikTok, surely.
I didn't think of that, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the clip. Wait, isn't he naked though?
Yeah, exactly. He's butt-ass naked.
I'm going to have to try and censor it
myself.
Yeah,
but it's his whack that you can see for most of it.
Oh, if it's just
until he turns around in helicopters a couple of times.
All right, first then. Go on then. Well, go on. What's your
fair
song
play,
of the
Barry
week?
Keane.
Yeah, he's like, you're right.
Yeah, he's got a tall white alien there as well. I'll tell you that. Sightings all over TikTok and that. Burger on Barry's floor skin, did you just say?
That's a good one.
Wow.
She's got it.
Oh my word.
Get her a mic and a camera.
Get her a mic and a camera.
Spin that camera around.
Spin the camera around and say that again. Yeah, exactly.
Go, what's your song of the week?
Right, my song of the week is Do For Love, Tupac. And I can't remember who sings, the girl that sings it, but obviously the sample of your favourite tune.
Big fan.
What do you want to do for love?
It's in my top 3 all time.
I would say.
And it isn't 3. It'll be 2 or 1. It might be 1.
That was a very long-winded way of saying, yeah, it might be my favourite song of all time.
It may be my favourite song. So I love that song.
If we were on Mr. and Mrs., I would say that. I know we would make it.
If we were on Mr. and Mrs., and you know the scenario one at the end, I've not watched it in a few years, but I'm sure they do one when they do like a scenario-based one.
I don't remember that, but that's exciting me.
No question. The specifics you'd get would be so bang on, because it's normally like, who's the one who's up at first, who's the biggest this, who's the more angry one, who's the biggest spender. We'll murk it.
Yeah.
You know what you win though?
What, like?
You win a clock, to my memory, which is a bit dead, but we should do it though. We'll go in as Mr. and Mr. and we'll murk it.
Well, someone suggested, because everyone's been loving our friendship.
Spot
on. Someone suggested us doing that.
We'll do it then.
Yeah, and Lil's does presenting.
We'll do it next week. We'll do it next week.
I'll get my hair done before then.
Nah, we'll get them. What are they called?
Cue cards.
No, well, yeah, cue cards, but like not like pedestals, but like
African American pedestals.
You know, like when oh my god,
he didn't know
all the words. What did you just say?
Carry on.
Anyway,
carry on.
You know when you're like doing speeches and you're on like a pedestal thing. I forgot what it's called.
Plinth. I don't know what you're on about.
What the?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it don't even matter.
You're wasting precious minutes here. I don't know what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter. We won't do it on SETI.
We're going to do an all-star.
You in the middle with your cue cards.
Yeah, we'll do an all-star Mr. Mrs. and make it. You got to make it tough though. Not like who's got the better Barnet or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Make it an actual good one.
Yeah. Anyway,
make it a good one.
So that was my song. Do for Love. I don't know how we got from there.
Go on. What's your movie of the week? Just get
my movie of the week. Do you know? We were gonna watch The Kitchen the other night. You know the new film from Kano and that. The Netflix film.
Yeah.
It's got Ian Wright in it. That's why I want to watch it. But we didn't watch it.
People call him Righty?
Righty.
Didn't know that.
You did know that. You didn't know that. Yeah, exactly. Ian Wright.
I did not know that. I just guessed people call him Righty.
Ian Wright's a legend in every sense of the word.
I have the DVD from like 2005. Ian Wright's Football.
There you go.
Funny. Ian Wright's Football.
Bro, he's done everything.
Oh,
he's done everything.
It's something either Football Funny or Ian Wright's Football Mishaps. It's basically like just bloopers of football, like players like going for a tackle, then like getting like smashing.
Ian Wright had his own show in the 90s while he was still playing. Like Ian Wright was the one who started the whole
social media football crossover,
and well, just like players having like actual personalities.
I did not know that.
It did a lot for. Well, I don't obviously, and because the kitchen's all about like it's London in the future, and I think it's like 2044. No.
Okay.
But this is what I was going to say because I was going to watch it because I thought that's going to be what everyone's watching this week.
Yeah.
But me and Lils have obviously been watching the X-Men films, as I've said before.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot that we'd got to this point. So when Lils reminded me that it was Logan next.
So did you go real quick before you hit that?
Yeah, man.
So you skipped Apocalypse, you skipped Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
You watched First Class.
Dark Phoenix comes after Logan, which I didn't realise. Dark Phoenix comes out the same year as Endgame. Is that not the biggest pathetic excuse of a film?
But sorry, go on, Logan.
Anyway, yeah. Well, so we watched 1, 2, 3, and then we watched Wolverine Origins.
First Class, Days of Future Past.
Yep. And Days of Future Past. Well, to be fair, it was a flip up between Days of Future Past and Logan.
It's a tough.
But like Logan, without even being a superhero fan, it's just a fucking brilliant film.
Yeah, it's a great film.
And I forgot how devastating it was as well.
Yeah, it is.
Because like he was. I mean, I've said to you a million times before, like Wolverine, Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and Hugh Jackman, they're my guys growing up, and like the thing is, I said to those when we first started watching the X-Men films, I was like, Logan, you're gonna love anyway as a film because it's a brilliant film standalone. But I need you to really love Wolverine when we get to that point.
Yeah.
But
you have to play the groundwork. You can't go straight to Logan.
Exactly. But then it's also like the dynamic between him and Xavier. Like,
you
know, even just the fact that like Wolverine's the classic that Wolverine's kind of people think he's a bit heartless and insensitive and stuff like that, but he's like he's got a big heart.
He has got a big heart.
You know, and it's like, and it's the moment in the film where like, I was going to say spoiler alert, but the film's like,
film came out in 2017 or something. You can say spoiler alert. Yeah, you can say
the point where Xavier dies is like the saddest bit of the film.
Oh, because he thought it was
because he thinks it's Wolverine, and it's like.
I would hope though, cut off. I would hope at that moment, even though that his power's a bit on the fritz, I would think he would know in that moment it wasn't him, and he would know it was X-24.
Yeah, it is 24. Yeah,
I think that he would know. Hold on, he's now got a skinhead. And he's looked a little fresher. I think he would know because he just puts his thing on his chest and goes,
Yeah, and I'm also hoping though that it was in the dark as well.
Yeah, it was. I would hope he would know.
Like Charles is like swaying in out of conscience before he dies, and Wolverine says straight away, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me."
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it was more the fact that like Charles had this little like, he just. Excuse me, fucking hell. He just opened up and was like, "Oh, so this is what it's like having a family. Take it all in, Logan."
The scene at the dinner table when they're having dinner is a beautiful scene. They're just catching joke and just being a family. It's nice.
So it was just like they got us up to smash us down, and I forgot as well that like he actually butchers the whole family, that whole family that just like took him in. So that was just an extra kick in the nuts. But fantastic film. I've still never watched the noir version.
Oh, I didn't watch
the black and white version.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Which I do want to watch, but that'd be good.
Yeah,
but,
it's a great film.
Special shout out to Days of Future Past because I forgot how sick that was. That was the first Marvel film, and I mean even MCU as well. Like first Marvel film that I watched again, and I had zero. I couldn't remember anything. Because I don't think I'd watched that since the first time it came out.
That's the best when you don't remember anything. I remember it beat for beat.
And obviously we've watched probably over 30 Marvel films in the last 6 months, me and Lils. And even the ones I hadn't seen for a while, I know what's going on and I've enjoyed them. But like, I genuinely didn't know what's coming next in Days of Future Past.
You've only got very few left now. You're really catching up.
Yeah, we've got none left. Well, I'm not watching Apocalypse, but do you know what though? I hadn't seen Apocalypse since it came out. I remember it being garbage. I watched the trailer last night and it looked pretty good.
It will do from the trailer. That's what trailers are meant to do.
That's a good point.
They just skip to all the good stuff.
Yeah.
The train scene in the last 12 minutes is the only good scene in the movie.
Okay.
And even then, they don't really utilise everyone's
We're not going to bother anyway. We're not going to bother.
But anyway.
But Logan was sick, so I'm even more excited for Deadpool 3. Seen they've wrapped filming on Deadpool 3, haven't they?
I did.
So I'm excited for that. And I've seen a couple more leaks and stuff. But only set leaks, so I'm trying to avoid like...
Well, now that it's wrapped, I'm finally glad that everything I know is everything I will know. There's nothing more
all the set
I can
pictures,
see. There's nothing. I know that Cyclops is showing up. I know there's a Fast Furious car.
It looks like they're all from the same scene.
It does.
Which I'll
also, every scene we've seen has just been outdoors.
That same fight scene in the desert, wherever
it's in the desert, wherever.
It's like the smashed up 20th century
and that's only going to be the back end, the middle, the beginning of the film. So it's good to be.
I did see a few TVA agents.
I saw a TVA agent as well.
So, I am buzzing for it. Absolutely buzzing for it.
I'm excited. We'll go opening night for it.
100%. And again, that's another reason why I wanted us to catch up because I thought this is. I mean, we watched since we've been together. I think we've watched a couple of the Marvel films as they've come out new, but The Marvels was the only film that that's come out and she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly a good start, is it? Because The Marvels is a bag of shit.
Well, I've still not seen it. It's coming on Disney Plus on like the 6th of February, so I'm waiting for it.
It was. Do you remember watching Ant-Man 2 and like you pay your £5 at the ticket?
I didn't rate it at all.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to see a film that's entirely shot on blue screen. That is dead.
No, you're talking about Quantumania. I mean, like,
the second one too. Oh yeah,
like you remember,
it's better, but
you walk up to cinema, I'll take £5. You can skip it to the end. I just want to watch the end credit scene. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Tell me the end of it.
It's exactly the same in the Marvels. The end
that was an important
end
credit scene though, because that's when they all disappeared.
Well, that was
the last film before Endgame.
That was the first time that we had any indication of that might be how they do it in Endgame. So this film, hopefully, she's going to be completely up to date on all the X-Men stuff, and she's going to get it.
And it probably won't be related at all.
Probably not. Probably not. And she's still not going to know who the TVA are because she's not watching any of the Loki stuff.
You have to summarise some stuff.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's a long ass start. What was your film of the week?
Thanks for finally asking, getting around to it. Mine was Society of the Snow. Do you know what it is?
No.
Sick. So, footnotes on it. You immediately go, oh, I know what you're talking about because we spoke about it. It's the 1972 plane crash. And it was like 45 people coming from Uruguay and they crash in the Andes Mountains. And then for 72 days, 45 passengers and 33 after the crash. And then just 60 made it home. But they're like...
These are the ones that like turn cannibal. And
they're like eating each other and that. So they did a retelling of it on Netflix from the people who survived.
I'm so sorry. Do you realise that this is not how this works? You can't just like have a conversation with me while Liam's talking to me on camera.
Fine. I'll let
she just went, I really want to watch this.
Oh, thanks. You know what? Thanks for letting us know.
Fucking thanks, Liam.
I'm really glad you cut it off.
I'm really glad
you cut it off.
Anyway, please carry on telling me about this film.
It's a really...
I had like that in the fucking corner of my eye.
Waving him down like there's a fire. Yeah, shut up. The point of it, basically, it's a really good film and it's just telling the story of these people that are all quite young.
Right. Is it a bit like Lost?
Nothing like Lost.
Sick.
So, but basically, no, it's just because it's all contained into one location.
Right.
And they make it off, spoiler alert, in the end. But it's just a telling of
after
all the things they go of the people going through it. So there's that famous picture when it's them sat on the side of the plane, there's just a spine next to them. But they all agreed, like with each other, most of them agreed. They said, if I die, you can have me. You can scran me.
That's quite nice.
Nelson Scrandella.
Yeah, innit?
And they decided this, but it's a really good movie. It is dubbed though, so you're gonna have to maybe get over that. But it's
is it a fucking international film?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a concentration span for it. Parasite's the only film I've watched top to bottom that's not in English.
And not been like fuming at the TV.
Yeah.
But anyway,
don't get me wrong, that's a complete fault of my own, by the way. I want to clarify that.
It's a great movie though. You should watch it.
I've just got a poor attention span.
Spot on. Exactly why I won't watch anime either.
Yeah, that's just because it's for children. But anyway.
You're going to lose us. People are not going to follow us for that. And I'm not even getting into this. You know what? Maybe we should, because then everyone can just hurl hate at you and go, that guy needs to get replaced.
We're not. You know, I like watching Rick and Morty. I like watching, adult cartoon things. But really, it's just loads of fight scenes in cartoons. It doesn't appeal to me.
You know what? It's almost like being mad at someone who's so stupid. You're like, you can't be mad at him because what could they know?
Yeah, but it's like
being mad at a caveman because you're like, you haven't even discovered fire yet. So I can't feel anything for you because you're just so lost.
I live and breathe football. You couldn't care less for it.
No, but the thing
I get why you don't like
it. Listen, shut up. I can respect football.
I'm just saying shut when I'm being quiet.
Listen,
go on.
But I know, and I said, it's the best sport in the world. It's the world sport. It'll never be eclipsed.
Anime is not the world's media.
But listen. But even though I'm not watching it, I can see why so many people love and care for it. It means everything to them. And the stories behind it and the history of teams and players and the rising through leagues and getting, relegating that. I get it.
Well, I can see why a graphic designer with the attention span of an 8-year-old would love anime as well.
It's so different. You're so wrong. You can't even actually be allowed to give any opinion on TV shows if you don't watch anime. I just don't feel like you're allowed to give an opinion.
100%.
I can't feel like you can say that is the best show ever. Anyway, we're getting off this now, only because I mentioned.
I feel like we've mentioned 3 things on this podcast.
We did
so far.
Did you see that the Bear cleaned up at the Emmys?
Did, yeah.
And but do you know what it won for?
What?
Comedy.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Sorry, what?
Have they watched the show? Have you seen the show before? Yeah, the show is funny at moments.
Yeah, but it's not comedy funny though.
It is a drama through and through.
It's like real life funny.
I feel like anyone who was an actual comedy that got nominated went, Bear, that must sounds like a funny show. I better go watch it then. It must have been, sorry, where's the comedy in this?
Yeah.
This is a really
blokes chopping gherkins on
deep
burgers and
show about family, trauma, and munch.
shit.
And they're putting it into comedy and they wouldn't fit.
That baffled me, that.
I feel like that you just wanted to go, we can't give it anything else. We're going to have to give it this because it's so good.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, I don't know why I'm doing Illuminati. Yeah. We do have
Because the is so good.
It's such a good show. They had to get it in there for nomination, but
they didn't know where.
But they didn't know where. Because I think Succession cleaned up because it was on their last series, and I do want to start watching it, and it probably is an amazing show. But
yeah, I'm not asked about Succession. That's all.
Well, you don't like anime, so I don't care about your opinion on TV at all. I don't care about your opinion at all.
Yeah. Anyway, I was going to say, isn't Severance coming back? But before we move on to that,
come back.
The Oscar nominations came out last night, didn't they?
They did.
So, I mean, I know we're behind on everything, but we can be on the ball with this.
On the ball with this.
So you haven't seen Barbie yet, have you?
Yeah, I saw it time ago.
Did you?
Saw it time ago.
Oh, I feel like we've... What?
We saw it time ago. I gave you a review after it. You're the one with the bobbins memory now.
This is bollocks. No, I'm not having... Whoa, hang on. I'm not having on camera. The only recollection of us talking about memory being me with a bad memory. This guy can't remember shit.
No, I remember it.
Fuck off. Anyway, right. Well, they're perfect then. Yeah. Even better. You watched it. What do you reckon to Barbie cleaning up with some nominations and then Greta Gerwig doesn't get Best Director nomination?
I feel like she should have got one, but only for the sake of, because it was the first one to break $1 billion. Because overall as a movie, maybe because I didn't see it in the cinema, maybe it's because I'm not a woman. Hold on, listen.
Oh, careful.
Listen.
Careful.
Have I spoken yet? Listen. I thought it was a great movie. I loved it. I laughed. I had a good time. Don't give me that look. I really enjoyed it.
I don't need to give a look.
I really enjoyed it. Sorry, it doesn't deserve 19 Oscar nominations.
Didn't say that.
But I think she wasn't going to win it anyway because of the other films that were in the category that come out this year.
Christopher Nolan's going to win it for Oppenheimer.
Obviously.
Oppenheimer.
Who's Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer.
If he was from the Netherlands, he was Oppenheimer. But anyway, I think it's fair. America Ferrera getting nominated, spot on, love it. As Best Supporting Actress, love it, great fit.
Yeah. I don't understand how Margot Robbie's not got it, but Ken and Brian has.
Did the, what's the Billie Eilish song called?
What I Was Made For.
What I Was Made For. That got nominated, didn't
That's deserved.
So all the categories that really
no,
needed it.
But this is the thing,
though. I don't think Margot needed it for it.
It's got Best Costume as well, I think.
Costume spot on. That she should get.
Yeah.
That's a really good one for them to get.
You've got to think, though, the culture significance, like the wave that it started.
I get it, but is that what, because we don't know what they're graded on, should that count? Because it's the same thing with Endgame. People were like, RDJ should have been nominated for Endgame because it was the last one. He started it. It was the second, whatever, most highest grossing film ever, and he died. And he was great in it. And he lost a bunch of weight for that bit at the beginning. But it's more the culture thing.
I'm not saying... Right, listen, I don't think Margot Robbie should have got... No, I'm not going to get hated here, but I don't think Margot Robbie should get the Oscar for her playing Barbie. I do think that is Cillian Murphy, 100%.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen some of the films.
Well, they wouldn't because they're in different categories anyway.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, either way. But because my point being is, and again, and this is kind of maybe it's a bad sort of down because I do think Christopher Nolan deserves to win it.
Yeah,
but I think it's mental that Greta Gerwig's made $1 billion film that's took over the world, properly took over the world. Yeah. And it started, I mean, culturally, I mean, I know that there's the whole feminism card of the fact that the everything that it started and the conversations it started in just the significance.
No, anyway, I get it. I totally get it.
The significance, like art is supposed to reflect society, and I think that's why Barbie was so significant this year.
Yeah,
for what it stood for and what it's done. Because again, I mean, what's that bald comedian that no one ever knew who he was?
I did,
and he came out with that.
His stand up on Netflix is really funny. His monologue was terrible.
It was
so
awful.
unfunny.
And do you know what? Like, I've got to say, and not to sound like just like an attempt at trying to sound like an ally, but I thought it was so funny. It was so funny, the fact that those jokes just didn't. They were just dead.
But they were just horrible. I don't know who you.
Besides the fact they were terrible jokes and they were low blows.
They were.
I felt like progress. The fact that everybody went, "You're a knob," and not everyone laughing at it. It felt like that's the reason they fucking made the film, because of people like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm dying on a sword here, but like,
no, I don't think you are.
I just think to make $1 billion movie.
Yeah, I think it's
have that cultural significance.
Just
and not
to
even
give
get
a nomination is fair. You know, I'll give you that.
Yeah, but again, it's a weird one because it again, I don't know, like the fact that because of the whole theme of the film, it feels typical that Ryan Gosling's won it for Ken, not won it, nominated for Ken, and Margot Robbie's not even nominated for Barbie. It just feels a bit weird to me, that, because Ryan Gosling's not deserving of an Oscar for that for me. His
performance was probably more, because it's more zany, it's a bit
more
out there
maybe,
than hers.
But this is the thing,
but
though.
I totally get that.
Without going like too over the top on just like what defines as an Oscar for me, like Ryan Gosling was just funny.
Yeah, he was.
And I think, and obviously he was playing the role perfectly, of the sense that like he was supposed to be, you know, a bit thick and insecure and like stand for what it stands for. But it's more the fact that like Margot Robbie's performance, it wasn't just her playing Barbie, it was the whole like, you know, I mean, I'm not going off on one again, but there was so many layers to it. I thought it was actually a better acting performance and more deserving of an acting, you know, significant.
Listen to him go.
Innit?
Listen to him go. He was chiming up a storm, calling her all the names under the sun before we get going.
Yeah, when the cameras are off.
Yeah, when the cameras are off, though.
I did do that.
When the public see me, then I'm turning it on.
Not at all.
But
I've been ranting to my girlfriends about it.
Mason Greenwood over here. Sorry, that was bad. I thought he was just shouting it. I remembered.
Oh, I thought, yeah, okay, I get it.
Take that back. No, not
on that.
Oh, go on.
On that note.
Go on then.
Since we're tackling the world, so I had a very interesting Uber ride yesterday to work at the school with the person you know.
Nice.
Anyway, and this guy was like, he was rambling on, but he was saying that he worked for Man United as a personal driver for 10 years.
And he's now taking Ubers?
Now he's just like driving Ubers and stuff. He chilling all that. But and I was like, bro, I'm a massive red. And he was like, oh, sick. So then he like, I'm glad I said it, because the stuff he was telling me was mad. He was dropping so many stories. And
was
stuff.
he?
Like Rooney with this guy, basically, he drove like home and away, like in Europe when they were in Champions League and all this stuff, but like he drove coaches and stuff, but he was also the personal driver, like on hand whenever they wanted. And he said the amount of prostitutes that he drove to and from, like footballers' houses.
Drop a comment right now if you want to see a full story breakdown.
Bro, I will happily leak everything this guy told me.
I won't know who they're talking about.
Everything this guy, Wayne Rooney, for one.
Oh,
Wayne Rooney. Well, they came out, didn't it? Do you not remember? Like,
no.
You've literally lived under a rock for the last 20 years, if it's anything UK related. The one Rooney got caught with, and it was basically because, this is going to sound so wrong, and it was blowing me away. It was like, this taxi driver said, and again, you know, disclaimer, I'm going to take this with a pinch of salt. Some taxi driver could say that he drove for Man United to say all this shit, but it's still fascinating. He was like, because he worked in the last maybe 7 years of Fergie's reign, and then 3 years post. I mean, he was saying all sorts, like Rooney was like a heavy drinker. No one knew that. He said he would polish off 4 cans after training in the car with me.
Yeah, but he's looked like he's 40 since he was 16.
I am not surprised when he says that. And he said, and the reason I worked out what time zone he was working with, because he said Rooney stopped doing that when he got the captain's armband, and he got that in like 2015, 2-3 years after. And I think this guy left around that time. Anyway, he's talking about the fact that, oh my God. So he said that there was various women that worked for Man United and had houses, had, you know, high salaries, all this stuff, but no one really knew what they did. And when the players went out and socialised, they were basically, when I say escorts, I don't mean escorts like prostitutes, like literally keeping them all together and, you know, like almost like a holiday rep kind of thing. Like, obviously, because a lot of international footballs and stuff, but he said it became a notorious thing that they were all shagging the players. And it was like, it got really like, got really inbred and like really twisted and shit. And obviously, like, because Fergie kept everything in-house at United and was so good at, like, nothing ever got leaked. Yeah, like, I mean, Fergie gets so much credit for, and I don't mean like hiding prostitutes. I mean, like, as a club and just all the things that come with the football club, like, Fergie was the best at keeping everything on lock, at keeping everyone, like, safe and secure and all this stuff. But he said because it was people that worked for United, that it was all in-house, like, nothing ever got out. And he said Wayne Rooney wanted to, basically, he was going to cheat on his missus, and he didn't want United to find out, so he hired a prostitute, and this guy had to drive her around, and because she was because she was just a prostitute, she leaked it straight away, and that's why Rooney got caught. But anyway, the reason you said Greenwood is because I want to, I mean, you know, you don't really care about football, but basically there's a big thing coming up at the moment that Mason Greenwood's obviously playing again. He's on loan from United to, I think it's Getafe in Spain, and everyone's quite right. Well, it's split so 50-50 between people being like, that guy shouldn't play football again, and he didn't get convicted guilty, so why's the problem and all that?
There's a voice note.
Exactly. Right.
Everyone's heard it.
Right, well, there you go. I'm glad we can summarize this up that I mean, I knew you would agree with me, but like...
And for Mason Greenwood.
But I mean, like, I'm not being funny. How many times in human history as like a person in the spotlight of like a person that's famous anyway, done something, and we've all fucking seen the evidence.
Yeah.
So like, always. You know, like, besides, we weren't going to go into a Greenwood debate, but my point being is, whether he plays football again or not, he shouldn't be playing for Man United. I don't want any. And what winds me up is the fact that if he wasn't a good footballer, they'd have fucking dropped him ages ago.
That's how it always is.
Which is so annoying. And it's the fact that he was like the best young English footballer. The only reason they've sent him out on loan and not terminated him is because they want to get some money for him. So he's basically playing well right now. So then when we get him back in summer and sell him, we'll get some money for him.
That is bad.
So it's twisted anyway. But my point being, this guy was talking about, because he was actually talking about Ryan Giggs, because Ryan Giggs is like secretly going through all the court system of him beating his missus and all this horrible stuff. And he was like, Ryan did it. So everyone knew he did it. He said he was a nasty guy, which has hurt my heart because growing up, Ryan Giggs is Mr. Man United. But like over the last 2 years when it's all come out, Ryan Giggs deserves what he gets.
Guilty. You know why?
Go on, why?
Did you see his house?
What do you mean, did I see Ryan Giggs' house?
Someone on Twitter said that his house has just gone up for sale.
Oh.
And they had to knock 5 million off because of how poorly he decorated it. Horrible. Every door.
I knew he was a wife beater because his fucking house looks awful.
That's the prime example. Listen, every cushion thingy is like a horrid crushed purple. Every wall is midnight black. All the floors, his whole yard is purple, black and glass.
Trying to bring down Ryan Giggs and Mason Greenwood, and you're bringing him down for his taste in cushions.
But when you see his taste,
but when you see the cushions,
you see his taste in furniture, you go, he's guilty.
Yeah,
it's like when you see,
he's guilty of everything.
You see someone having a hot drink with a hot meal, they're guilty.
That's true. Yeah, you don't have a cup of tea with a roast.
You don't have a cup of tea with you have a hot drink, hot meal. You've actually got something going on up here, and you need to see psychiatric development.
Anyway, he was saying, so he was going on about Ryan Giggs' temperament, and he's like, I fully believe it all. Anyway, and he went, then there's the Mason Greenwood thing, and I'm sat, this sort of car drives like 15, 20 minutes, so the stuff he's throwing at me, I'm like, I need to remember all this because this feels like inside knowledge I'm never going to get again. He basically said, and this is, when I say this is true, this is as true as some Mancunian taxi drivers would
take it
swears
with a pinch of salt.
Exactly.
Go on then.
But he said, Mason Greenwood, I fully believe, besides the voice note, I fully believe he did it. Every single sense. That guy.
Not exactly a thing.
Well, I know, but wait till you hear what I'm going to say.
Go on.
He said, so obviously it was like.
He's born a woman.
No. So he said, Mason Greenwood went to pick up his missus from a night out once, but he'd had a drink. So he phoned me to pick him up, to pick her up. So I was driving them, and we get there in Deansgate Locks or something like that. And he says he gets out the car and his missus is being like, there's like 5, 6 lads flirting with her or whatever. And Mason Greenwood gets out the car, grabs her, pulls her in the car, tells these lads to fuck off, gets in the car and like gives her a roasting in the back of the car. Like, what are you doing flirting?
He brings her a roast?
All this, no. Fucking shut up, you.
Sorry, go on.
Oh my God, you are going to make some fucking friends online, you. Anyway, he's been a toxic bastard, whatever, all this stuff. He puts her in the boot of the car. He puts her in the boot of the car.
What car was it? I'm just trying to
get the full context
of the story.
I don't know what car it was. I didn't ask the taxi driver. Sorry. Stop telling me that this famous footballer put his fucking missus in the boot.
I'm just trying to get context for the story.
Well, it was a hatchback. What do you want me to say? She had some room. She had some room to breathe.
How much room in a hatchback? Carry on.
I don't know what car it was. It doesn't matter what car it was. Right. Exactly. Anyway, he was like, he put her in the boot.
Yeah, that's bad.
Got back in the front and just went drive. And he was like, I've literally didn't know what to do. And that's never happened in my career, obviously. And he was like,
wonder if you got to sign an NDA when you're one of those drivers, just never say anything.
Well, I said this to him. I was like, are you not supposed to be not telling this stuff?
I could be a reporter.
And he's like, but do you know what he said? He was like, no, they didn't care with stuff like this. He went, everyone used to think because I was driving for United, I was getting paid a fortune. I was on minimum wage. He said, I worked for United for 10 years and I was on £10 an hour.
You should have worked for City.
Yeah, well, shut up, you.
Not football knowledge for me.
And he's not even a City fan. Anyway, and he's like, I've got mates that still work there now. He said, I've not been working there for 6-7 years.
Is it much of the same?
£13 an hour. So it's just gone with inflation. Really? Basically just above minimum wage.
Ganacho's like, get me 2 prostitutes ASAP and a 2-piece chicken and chips. And he's just got to go out and do it.
Yeah, innit? So I'm like, what is going on? But I mean, I was like, basically this guy's telling me that United basically has professional escorts.
Nice.
Basically has women working for United that no one knows what they do other than sleep with the players and keep it all in-house, keep everyone happy. How fucking mental is that?
It is wild.
Because this is 2008 we're talking about, not 1978.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he was talking about all this. So I wanted to bring that up freshly because I've been watching loads of United stuff this week and it's been big in the news. I was people debating whether we should, because Greenwood's playing really well, we should bring him back and because United need him right now. No, let the fucking dickhead burn in hell as far as I'm concerned. Fuck off. But anyway, Barcelona want to sign him so he can fuck off to Barca. I don't really care.
Right, fair.
Anyway,
yeah. I actually have football news.
Yeah, football news.
I actually do. And you would have seen it even though I only saw it this afternoon. I made sure to write it down. That Jordan Brand is going to be sponsoring Chelsea and the Spurs as early as
the Spurs is in America. The Spurs, or the Spurs is in Spurs in London.
As in the Spurs is in London. Spurs.
They're not called the Spurs.
What else are they called? They're just
called Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs. The Spurs are an American team.
They are San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you call them the Spurs in America?
I've never said the Spurs. I don't talk about football. Spurs and Chelsea being sponsored by Jordan Brand as early as next season. Really? They're going to be wearing Jordan branded kit. And then people in the comments that were the Spurs fans were saying, I beg you, please name it to like the Jordan Stadium or the Michael Jordan Stadium. Because people, they're mad about their stadium because it's called like the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I don't know.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
I can't remember. I think it is, yeah. But it's brand new.
Because you say that needs a name because it's just named the club name and it doesn't have like a name like...
And it's a nice stadium.
I was going to give an example. I could probably not tell you more than
Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford.
No, I know Old Trafford.
Stamford Bridge, Chelsea.
Anfield.
Emirates. Anfield, yeah.
Emirates is Arsenal.
Emirates is Arsenal. What cities? You know this, you work there.
Etihad, obviously, sorry, yeah. I think that's where I cash out. I don't know anything more.
Good, because, we don't need to do that.
No, we don't need to do that. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I wasn't going to go into it because it's more just football stuff, but United have obviously finally been, after years of us all hating the Glaziers, we were mugged into thinking they were selling us properly, but they've sold 25% of the club to Ineos, Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I don't know if you've heard of him. No, anyway. Is
that Paula Radcliffe's husband or something?
Yeah, obviously. No.
Is he from Radcliffe?
No, he's from Manchester.
Could be from Radcliffe. Yeah, I grew up in Radcliffe.
No, I think he's from Stretford.
Ends.
Isn't it? Well, he's a United fan. Well, anyway, and we've all been sceptical about it because he's bought 25% because all the Glazers would let go, but they've given him like control of the club, basically.
You can do that with 25%.
Yeah, well, it just shows the Glazers don't give a shit. They just want to cash cow, don't they? So they're not asked. Anyway, the point is United's been like run by idiots. I was going to say a bad word there.
What are you going to say?
It's going to be run by idiots for the last few years. But people that don't know football at all. Like there's a guy called Ed Woodward who was running United, and he was
Ed Woodward.
Ed Woodward. Ed Woodward. Ed Woodward, if he could chuck wood. Anyway,
that's a
Ed Woodward. He's a lawyer. He was an accountant.
Yeah,
that's worked on Wall Street.
That's the kind of guy I need running a football club.
He was the CEO of Man United and he was in charge of transfers. So it's just been chaos. I mean, I know you know United have been shit the last few years, but you don't know how it's been. Anyway, so it's been really good news this week because this guy's come in and he's finally hiring a new board. So new CEO, new director of football, new all this stuff. So we finally got Gary Neville was saying best in class, basically, some actual world class people in their jobs. Anyway, so we've hired a new CEO. It's City's CEO. We've stolen Man City's, which is brilliant. And he worked for Barca for 8 years before that. So actually a top don. But the reason I was saying that when you were talking about Jordan is because we were also bringing in a guy called Jean-Claude Blanc. And he's not been given a role yet, but basically he's the one who initiated the Jordan brand with PSG.
Is he?
So I was fuming because I'm fuming you saying that because I thought that meant we were going to get
a United Jordan kit would look very cool. That would be sick. Because it's already like the association with the red and the black and the red and the white anyway. With the Bulls uniform and Jordan, it would perfectly it'd be a good team for them to mix with.
Perfect. So I'm a bit devastated now because they're not going to have. Well, I was going to say they're not going to have 3, but they've got 2.
They got 2. Well, they might.
And they're rivals anyway. The Spurs and the Chelsea.
The Spurs and Chelsea FC.
Yeah,
They not go by Chelsea FC.
What?
They not go by Chelsea FC.
Yeah, but no one ever calls it.
I don't know what the lingo is.
The lingo. It don't even matter. Anyway. Right, we'll move on. We're not talking about any of that stuff.
We're not talking about any of... Do you want to
talk about stuff we were actually supposed to talk about?
We're not talking about any of that stuff. I think should we do the game now and then we can talk about the stuff on the next one?
Okay. Who's best to start at this game?
I best explain it and you guess first.
Okay. So Liam's got a little game that he wants to play because we've seen some jokes things on TikTok for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're listening on Spotify, I hope this
You can listen. You can listen and
hear it. Funny. But still be funny. But I ain't got a clue what's going on.
Did you watch the videos?
I did watch the video, yeah.
You're a little liar because you never watch my TikToks ever.
Just fucking lies. Of course I watch your TikTok. I just don't give you in-depth replies to them.
That's what I need. I want an essay.
That's what I need.
I need a report.
But it's what I need.
So how it's going to work
anyway, I do briefly get the game, but you explain the premise of the game.
I've got a word, object, item, something, season, sport, whatever. Anything at all that I'm thinking of. And you've got to guess it. 100 is the right answer. And I'm going to give you from 1 to 100 how close you are to that thing. If I'm thinking bread, you say lunch. I'm going to go 88. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And if you get it closer or further away, I'm going to go up or down from 1 to 100. You get me?
Okay.
So
Should we try one each first? Because this is
Yeah,
either going to take forever or be really quick.
Let's go. Go ahead. Give me anything.
So have you got something?
I've got
to
work
it out.
Yeah, go.
Winter.
0. 0.
Sport.
10. Fuck. Depends on the sport.
Films.
89.
But it's not like 20 questions. I can't be like, is it a film?
No.
So
I feel bad we're going with 89 because it might throw you off. But 89, I'm sticking with it. Doesn't matter.
Okay, actors.
No. 50.
Film titles.
12.
Fuck.
Come on, keep giving it to him.
Wait.
Keep giving it to me.
Hollywood.
30.
So it's not actors, it's not films, it's...
Just keep rattling
What the
stuff
fuck
off.
could it be then? I said
asked
films and
four
you said
things.
88. But it's not actors or titles of films.
What else goes into films? Give me something. Give me some words.
Props.
50.
That's gone up though. That's gone up, but you're saying no. I'm way too much of an overthinker for this.
Think
Can I have a
literally,
clue?
please.
No, Will, it's not 20 questions.
No. Start. You've got to rattle off. Just start throwing everything to the film to me.
Series.
10.
Oh, fuck's
No.
sake. We should have done this the other way around first.
Come on.
I can't think of anything other than actors, films, series.
You're on the wrong direction. Put it back on. You've gone like this. You were like this on
I said
track,
films.
and you went off. Yeah, films is great. Keep with that.
I just did keep with that when I said actors and film titles and shit.
You're going off like this way.
Oh,
Keep on the
my
road.
God.
Films.
But it's not. Films that...
Just films.
Films.
Literal as possible. Films. Keep going. On that road.
Cameras.
Wrong direction, but you're right there. Yeah, 70.
Visual.
70.
Something I can see.
0.
Oh,
0.
I hate this game.
Listen to what I'm saying. Something I can see.
Do you know how obvious it sounds when you know what the fucking thing is?
Listen to what I'm saying. Something I can see. 0.
Eyes. You just pointed your eyes and went, look at something I can see. Listen.
0.
Yeah.
0 for something I can see.
So something I can't see.
Obviously. Keep going.
Films. Bro, this is really hard. Yeah, I hope you're really bad at mine as well.
I'll just ask.
You're acting like this is well easy.
It is well easy.
It's well easy when you know it.
Keep going.
The most obvious things to come after the word film, I've said.
I'm not going to make it easy for you. You got to keep going. Come on, just get back on that road. You're like on a bike here, swerving around. Get back on the road.
Films, sequels.
No.
10. This is grim. This is grim. This is not good television. This, Liam. I'm fucking
film.
Really struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me everything that goes into a film. Stay on that. That. Not film. I'm not talking about film specifically, but film.
Recording. Like I said.
98.
Recording.
98.
Filming.
No.
Recording.
98. You're 2 off. Recording. You're right there. 98.
Is it an object then, or is it, what am I going for? Like,
you can't ask that. You just have to give me an item.
I said camera and it was miles off.
0.
But how is it recording in a film and a camera is 0?
Oh my gosh.
Microphone.
100. It's so obvious now. I literally said 0 and you said video.
You said visual was 88.
It is because
it's a fucking audio.
Cameras also record. Stop saying you're right there. You're on the right path. It was right
it's
there.
It's a microphone,
yes.
Liam. And you said visual was 88.
I said visuals was 0.
No, you didn't.
0.
You said visual was 88.
Run the tape back. I said 0.
I can't remember, but either way, that was fucking horrible and I hated it.
Well, you didn't get it right. Well, you did in the end. 100. Go on.
Right.
Go.
I'm going to make this so hard.
Well, you don't have to, but go on. Have you got one?
No, I'm going to go for... I want to make it... Go.
Okay. Food.
0.
Tree.
35.
Oh. Sky.
0.
Chair.
65.
Oh, table. Table. Is it table? Come on. That's how you do it. It took me 5. It took me 5. You know why? Because I'm just using my brain and just
using your brain.
I'm just piecing together pieces. I'm just piecing it together, right? So now
Go
you know.
away. What do you mean now I know? Like I'm just going to get it right now.
I can't believe I literally got that in like 5
I am
guesses.
so angry at you.
I can't believe I got that easily. Right, next one. You ready? Go ahead. Just think literally as possible.
Sky.
0.
Ground.
0. 0.
Light.
0.
Dark.
0.
Table.
0. 0. Come on.
Can you at least give me a clue if it's an object? Because
it's an object. That's all I'll say.
Okay, right.
It is an item that fits in your hand.
Right. Handheld.
Well, that's not really how it works. But 50. Yeah, 50. Whatever. 50. You got to give me an object.
Car.
0.
Radio.
10.
Mobile phone.
10.
iPad.
10.
It's not handheld. Well, it's half handheld. You made that look so easy and I'm so fucking vexed right now.
Go on. Keep going.
I mean, this is...
It's really stimulating for our audio listeners right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I said this is not a good idea.
Rattle out the words then.
Rattle out the words.
Marinara, Subway, baking soda.
Posters. Kettle.
0.
Lamp.
Kettle. 75.
Microwave.
You're not going to get it from that.
Kitchen utensil.
No. Like 0.
Toaster.
0.
Oven.
0.
Kitchen.
0. Oh, it's so... when you get it, it'll be so hard to...
Mug.
0.
I looked up and Lewis was like...
0.
Wait.
You were...
I'm on the lines with...
When you
with
said kettle, you are on the... You're kind of like... You're next to the right path.
Water.
0. You're kind of next to the right path.
I said oven, microwave. Oh, fuck.
Oh, this is really difficult because you're going to be really mad at this because you're going to see the connection, but you're going to say, I'm not going to make it there.
Oh, right. So it's like, that's not that obvious then. Kettle heats things up. Fridge.
Say kettle. Specifically, old school kettle, not a modern kettle.
Whistle.
Whistle, 100.
Whistle.
It's whistle. It's whistle. That's why I said you were on it when I said kettle, I was like, yes. It was a whistle. I was waiting for you to say like
this game was like
something.
torture.
Yeah. I was saying you were on the right path. And then
I get what you mean.
Do you see what I mean? Because you were right with kettle, because it was like, yes, a kettle whistles, but I was talking like a... I can't really whistle.
That was fucking unbearable. Oh my God. I'm going to pick like Mercury or something well hard now.
Don't pick Mercury. Well, I know what it is. Is it Mercury? Planets. Mercury.
Do you know, the little inside joke, when we used to play 20 questions loads growing up, and my answer would always be Michael Jackson. And I used to get vexed for years as a kid because I'd go, okay, my turn. My mum would go, Michael Jackson. I'd be like, how the fuck did you know it was Michael
How did you know?
How did you know?
She go, you do it every time.
All right, okay. I want to think of something. Okay, go.
Lightning.
No.
Lampshade.
I just said no.
Yeah.
0.
House.
0.
Person.
0.
Dog.
0.
Cat.
0.
Leg.
0.
Warm.
0.
You had to think though.
Yeah.
Poster. Music.
0.
Tree.
0.
House.
0.
Tree house.
0.
Boat.
0.
Boat house. Onion.
0.
Food.
0.
Drink.
0.
Michael Jackson.
100. No. 0.
I know it's going to be like ambidextrous or something.
No, it's not.
Stupid.
It's not. It's a thing.
Colon.
Colon?
Yeah.
No, it's not a fucking punctuation mark.
No, talk about a colon like in your body.
Oh, like a semicolon.
Tripod.
No.
Music.
0.
None of these have been even close.
Not even remotely close.
Can you tell you what it is?
Just thought of it then.
Sport.
0.
Weather. Ooh.
I'm going to go 40.
Oh, weather's 40. Hail.
0. You're going away.
Oh, Sahara.
0.
Sun.
85.
Mercury.
No.
85.
80.
Camels.
What the fuck? You just went from sun, Mercury to camels.
You were going to go Egypt. Pyramid.
No.
Right,
go back. Go back.
Heat.
0. Go back.
How is sun? How is sun
Sun
85?
was 85.
Oh.
And Mercury was 80.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Child. Like your son. Daughter.
0.
Father.
Minus 10.
Son.
Your highest two were 1885, and what were they?
Weather and sun.
No.
Yeah.
They were Sun and Mercury.
Planet, Earth, Jupiter, black hole, space. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
20.
Oh.
You need to get back up there, though.
Brian Cox.
0. They're not
Interstellar.
the film. She's as subtle as a brick. Thanks for the timestamp.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lil.
As soon as we've done this one, we're moving on. I'm really struggling to... It's not heat. Yellow.
I'm thriving in your struggle right now. I love it. But it's not even close. You got so much further away. Again, your highest one was Sun and Mercury. And what are they?
Gas giants. Planets. Heat. Stars.
Well, fair point. One's a star and one's a planet. But like that realm.
Solar system.
78.
Oh, so we're less then.
Well, same.
Jupiter, Uranus, Earth, Mercury, Mars, the Moon.
100.
Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really hard. Oh my gosh, I should have said cheese, then you would have said like 90, and then I would never have got it.
That would have been how we got there.
I would have been naming loads of cheeses and would have gone Netherlands.
Well, kettle to sport, race, whistle.
Yeah.
Would have been cheese to moon.
What
was the grommet?
I would have. That's what would have been my
the moon. Brilliant.
And then I would have gone down like animation. You were like 0. You're going the wrong way.
0.
The moon.
That was greatly both entertaining and painful.
That's a good game, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So that'll be an interesting one. So we've been going for a little while, haven't we, today?
Yeah, I think you just do the outro.
So,
then.
sick.
I think call it a day.
This is just, to be fair, today I know we've been doing our lists and stuff, but this is just a nice little catch up of pop
culture. Yeah, it's been a nice little catch up. We got some things we want to talk about anyway. So
yeah, and we've got loads to pepper out for you. Let us know what you want to hear from us. We've got people have been peppering for lists and stuff like that.
Have you? Can you put comments on our Spotify?
No.
Only reviews.
Have you ever been on Spotify
if you listen to it, but if not, go to TikTok or YouTube, then leave a comment and say what you want to hear, what you want to see.
You can find us on all of the social media places.
Feel Weird Sessions.
At Feel Weird Sessions. Go and follow the studio at Feel Weird Studios, because that's like an overall hub. We're going to be putting stuff on YouTube now. We're going to be putting our segments on YouTube.
This on YouTube.
Actually, this could be one of the first on YouTube. Oh my God. Stop trying to talk to me.
He's doing
from
the
behind
outro.
the camera.
He's literally
just say it. Just say it now. What are we saying?
Give me a little follow. Little through lens.
Oh, get to fuck. Oh my God, this woman. Right. Thanks for pausing my outro for that.
Go on, carry on with your outro.
What were you going to say?
No, I'm not adding to it.
Anyway, as they all say, like and follow us and subscribe. This has been me, Mr. Sam Capper. This is Mr. Liam Maloney.
I'll see you for a week.
I'll see you through the moon.
See you through the moon.
Whatever that means. Okay, thank you. Good night.